Hi guys, so today's video is going to be a fall or autumn makeup tutorial, whichever word you use for the season. It's featuring this gorgeous bronze smoky eye and a deep lip. So to start with, I am using the MAC Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. I really like this foundation, especially when I apply it with a beauty blender, but just to be warned, I feel like this formulation oxidizes quite a lot, so be wary of that when you're picking a shade. I'm just adding some lip balm here. This is Lana Lips, I love this stuff. Then I'm using the Bobbi Brown Intensive Skin Serum Corrector, just a couple of dots of that. And then I'm using this IT Cosmetics Concealer. I will link the full names of everything below. I applied a little bit too much under one eye, so I'm just sharing that out using this Bobbi Brown Concealer brush. This is a really high coverage concealer, so I'm just going back over with my beauty blender to make sure that it's all nice and seamless. And then I'm applying the tiniest bit of MAC Pro Longwear concealer across my lids, because for me this is the best eyeshadow primer that I've ever used. Then I'm setting the areas of my face that I want to keep bright with this IT Cosmetics contour palette. I think it's called the Contoured Face palette. I will link it below. I am obsessed with this palette right now. The powders give you color and they set your makeup, but there's no coverage, and I feel like that's what I've been missing with all of the other contour palettes that I've tried. And then I'm setting the rest of my face with a darker powder and this IT Cosmetics brush. I'm really liking the Benefit Hello Flawless powder at the moment, it's awesome. This contour color is life, and with this Sigma brush, it is just the best contour shade I've ever used. Look at that. Look at that cool tone. Look how amazing it looks. Oh, so in love with it. This gives you cheekbones without adding any muddy, dirty looking coverage. It's just gorgeous. Highly recommend this palette. Obsessed with it right now. I'm also applying that to my temples, just to give a little bit of shape to the face. And then I'm applying some of Bobbi Brown's bronzer in the shade Golden Light. Love this bronzer. I'm just applying a little bit to my jawline and to the sides of my forehead, just to kind of bring some warmth to the face. I'm also using the Bobbi Brown bronzer on my eyes. I just love the shade of this bronzer. It's gorgeous and it blends fabulously. So as you can see here, I am just starting to create a transition color across my lids and above my crease using a big fluffy brush from Sigma. Then using this more flat brush, I'm applying some under the eyes to create the kind of smoky effect under there. And then as you can see here, I'm kind of tracing out above my crease and creating a V shape on the corner of my eyes. It's quite hard to describe, but if you just watch, you'll see what I'm doing. And I keep going back in with that fluffy brush to make sure it's all blended out nicely. Just take your time with this. You want it to be a very diffused look. I'm also taking that brown transition shade right into where the nose is. I feel like this is a very modern and flattering way to transition my eyeshadows, on me anyway. I don't know, I just think it looks quite nice. Then I'm taking this Hourglass eyeshadow and I'm packing that on the lids in the space between my lashes and where we placed that transition shade. I decided this shade wasn't quite dark and smoky enough, so I moved on to the darker shimmery shade in that Hourglass palette, and I love how it turned out. I feel like this is my favourite type of smoky eye look ever, whether it's summer, winter, depending on what you match it with, this looks amazing. So I'm just applying that shimmery shade under my eye as well. I'm just applying small bits of product at a time and building up to the intensity I want. Now I'm highlighting my inner corners with Stila's Kitten eyeshadow. But I decided it was a little bit too silver, so I moved on to my broken Mary Lou Manizer, which is a little bit more gold, and I applied that to my inner corners, the tip of my nose, to my brow bone, and to my cupid's bow. And then I went in with my Sigma highlighting brush and I applied this to my tops of my cheekbones as well. It will look a little bit intense at first, but when I apply my blusher, it really helps to blend out the highlights, so it won't look as intense in the end, I assure you. I'm just taking that dark shade from the Hourglass palette and I'm gently applying that to the outer corner of my eye just to further intensify the smokiness. Just take your time with this again. It's all about adding little bits of product. You can always add more, but you can't take away product, so just take your time. I am so obsessed with this eyeshadow palette, by the way. It is amazing. It has quite a bit of fallout, but the shades and the formula of the shades are amazing. Now I'm applying the Tarte Amazonian Clay blusher in the shade Exposed. As you can see, this is blending out my highlight and I love this shade. I think it's one of my new favourite blushers. Now I am going in with eyeliner. I am using this Mary Kay brown liner, which I will leave the name of below, and I'm applying that to my tight line, waterline, and also along my lash line. On my hooded eyes, this kind of smoky liner look looks the best because it's quite hard for me to get even winged liner, but you just do whatever you want at this point. I just love this type of liner. And then I'm just applying a couple of coats of Benefit's Rollerlash. And while my mascara was drying, I decided to try on a nude lipstick for you. I will leave the shade number below, but I really love this lipstick. It's from L'Oreal. It's from their Color Riche range, and I just feel like it's a really beautiful, natural looking nude. So I said I'd pop that on while I was waiting for my mascara to dry and show you. Now I'm just applying lashes. I did this off camera because I'm terrible at it. Then I removed the nude lipstick and now I'm applying this deep berry shade lip liner from Makeup Store. And then I'm applying this beautiful vampy berry gorgeous shade that is also from the L'Oreal Color Riche range. I will leave the shade numbers below because I can never remember them off the top of my head. And then as you can see here, I'm just cleaning up the edges with a little bit of concealer. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this autumn makeup look. I love it. This would be my go-to cold weather autumn makeup look if I was going into autumn right now. It's currently spring in Australia, but I said I would do this tutorial for you guys. Make sure to subscribe because it really helps me out. I hope you like this video. Have a great rest of the day and I will talk to you again real soon. soon.